Treat Williams is a neighbor of mine, and he was at my house. Our kids go to school together, and he was at my house one day, and he saw the airplane from Wow City, and he said, "Wow, airplane! Let's do an airplane book." And I thought, okay, I have an idea. My father lives in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Oshkosh, Wisconsin is the home of the largest air show in the United States with 10,000 airplanes every summer. You can't get a hotel room in Oshkosh during the air show for love or money, booked out 5 years. But I said, look, if you fly us to the air show, we can stay with my dad and we can make a book about it. I said, okay. So what we did is, well, first of all, I mean, this is so cool, this book. I mean, you have, this is Navajo 95 Charlie Lima, which is Treat's airplane, and that is the authentic actual instrument panel. So all you need is a cardboard box and this book, and you've got an airplane. Now, when we went on this trip, I went with Treat and 2 pilots that from Delta Airlines who had flown in military and had flown in, I mean, these guys were so veteran pilots, Carl and Harry. I'm going to read you just a little bit. What was so interesting to me was the way they talk. Dad and Carl ran through the takeoff checklist. Fuel full? Carl asked. Check, said Dad. Flaps for takeoff? Check. Radios on? Check. Let's taxi out. Ready to go? Yup. Check avionics? Got 'em. Directional gyro? Check. Transponder? Set. Navajo 95 Charlie Lima, taxi into position and hold. 95 Charlie Lima, position and hold. Roger that. I'm going to fly in a stunt plane, Ellie said. You can't. You have to be a pilot, said Gil. I will be a pilot someday, said Ellie. So the dialogue, you know, is what was so much fun about this. Okay, line her up. Check the heading. Yep. Run the engines. Full power. Airspeed's alive. 95 knots. And liftoff. That was so much fun listening to this. Anyway, so once we get down to the air show, then we have the air show. And of course, I went crazy because there's nothing cooler than 10,000 airplanes in the whole planet Earth. And this, you know, there were all these pilots and these guys that actually flew them, old guys in their 80s with big B-24 Liberator bombers with windows, you know, with these signs in the window that said, jets are for kids. And so I drew a B-17 and the Fokker triplane. And we got to have a big helicopter because helicopters, said Carl. What's so special about helicopters, Ellie asked. Can they do stunts? Some can, Carl said. But what's really special is that they fly places that no airplane can. Straight up, straight down, and they hover in the air. They can be flying ambulances and rescue people lost at sea. These facts are really important for kids. And we have the Blue Angels. And wow, said Ellie, they can fly with wingtips as close as the length of a soda can at hundreds of miles per hour, said Gil, which is actually true. And Treat wrote that. He heard that from one of the Blue Angel pilots. Can you imagine those big airplanes? So anyway, so Ellie gets, finally she's been bugging him that she wants to do stunts. And she goes up in a Pitt Special, which by the way is this fantastic airplane. It's a tiny little stunt plane with a 13-foot wingspan that can go do loops and barrel rolls and spins. And then she does her loop. And that's kind of the highlight of the book. And she goes all the way around. And then they land. And then they take off. Dad, can I be co-pilot? Is the last line of the book.